The reality that we perceive is a reflection of our inner world. All the events, all the people, they're all mirrors to the beliefs that we hold within. Before I opened my third eye, I didn't believe none of this. I didn't believe a word of this, that my thoughts actually had an effect on my reality, because I thought that life was happening to me. I thought that I was a victim to the world. I thought that, man, it's just poor little me in this big universe. That state of mind kept me limited in thought, because if I'm a victim, why would I think I can do anything else? Why would I think I can venture out in my mind to do anything? It's hopeless. It's pointless. Just be a victim.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
It stops the mind from exploring when it's in victim mode. Now, let's look at it from a practical sense, because I know a lot of people, when they hear esoteric knowledge, when they hear some stuff like this, they're like, yeah, that's interesting, but I gotta go to work in the morning, man. What does this have to do with anything? This is the average person. They wake up and they're miserable. They start thinking about all the potential problems that they have to deal with during the day, and this is them unknowingly sowing the seeds of doubt in their lives. This is what a conscious person would do, a spiritual person would do, is they would wake up and greet the day. They wake up and they're thankful that they're alive again, that they exist, that they have another chance at life. Think about the people that don't have what you have, and that if you were those people, you would be wishing to be in your position again. I was studying a biblical quote when I was on my spiritual research, and there was one verse that goes so hard, bro. First, I didn't get it, but then I was like, nah, I get what he's saying now. Mark 4 verse 21. Is a candle brought to be put under a bed, and not to be set on a candlestick? For there is nothing hid that shall not manifest, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. Any man has ears to hear, let him hear. Jesus was saying the same thing, that the thoughts in your head, what you conjure up in your mind, in your consciousness, is not hidden, and it will come to manifest. That manifestation is your life. Your thoughts dictate your life. In the victim mentality, I was putting the material world, this what you can see, hear, and touch, before my mental. In the master mentality, I put my mind before the material world. Mind is over matter. Things have to happen in here for anything to happen out here. You ever notice patterns or reoccurring events? Things that start to repeat themselves. Like when you're always in a rush and then the world just wants to slow down for some reason. When you reflect, you're giving yourself time to ponder on the deeper meaning of the events in your life. Because a repeat is just your higher self trying to nudge your attention, get your attention, like, yo, come on, pay attention to this. You're ignoring something that you can grow from. Think about the people that you come across with. You ever met somebody where their personality was similar to someone you've met in the past? Like you start meeting up similar situations and similar people. That's because you're attracting those things to you. If you see repeating themes in your life, these are a call for your conscious attention. It's an invitation to evolve, to step into a new way of being. But you see, most people, the thing about humans is that they don't like change. They don't like change. Most people don't want to evolve because they don't want to change their beliefs about themselves. I'm too old to change. I'm too young to change. I'm too tall to change. I'm too short to change. I'm too white to change. I'm too black to change. Like, everyone has something to identify with, to say, well, this is just me and this is just how I've always been and this is how I will always be. It's either they don't want to take accountability for their own thoughts and their own lives, or they're too caught up in the Maya and the illusion of life, of chasing pleasure that only leads to pain. Remember that knowledge is regarded by the fool as ignorance. That which is profitable are to him hurtful. Therefore, his food is death. We in the month of November, and it's the 6th of November, right? 6 days without sexual activities. This was my promise to myself, to keep a sense of sexual discipline, to harness my sexual energy. All you have to do is apply the spiritual knowledge. Just make sure that what you're focused on isn't the thing that you're trying to avoid, right? For those of you who don't know the whole jive of my channel, I'm a student of life. I don't subscribe to any specific belief. I am just a student of life. I'm just passing through. I'm not on nobody's team. I'm on the side of consciousness. That's it. The Bhagavad Gita is one of those books that gives me a situation for my consciousness that I always yearn for. Because throughout all of this spiritual journey is like questionings. It's questions. What does this mean? What does that mean? This book is like a representation of the creator talking to his creation. And this verse in here explains exactly what I'm trying to say. He who sits suppressing all instruments of flesh, yet in his idle heart thinking on them, plays the inept and guilty hypocrite. But he who with strong body serving mind gives up his mortal powers to worthy work, not seeking gain, Arjuna, such an one is honorable. Do thine allotted task. Work is more excellent than idleness. The body's life proceeds not, lacking work. There is a task of holiness to do. And that task of holiness is the movie of life. You gotta play the movie, man. You can't be in the dressing room putting on makeup all the time, bro. You gotta go show up for your movie, bro. And in that example, again, it's that same idea of doing work, and within your mind, you're idle thinking about other things, something better else that you could be doing while you're doing the work. Instead of being present in the moment while you're living your life, you're thinking about a better life to live. That is the idle hypocrite. And listen, we all got a little idle hypocrite within us, man. We all got that, bro. Like, I'm not trying to talk down on people. This is the thing. It's about working on that, right? When you practice gratitude, when you practice being grateful and being like, you know what? I'm thankful for what I have today. You're bringing awareness to your life. Because this is it. This is it. Let me break it down. When you're in a room, right? When you're in a room with a ticking clock, after a while, you don't hear the clock anymore. Because what? Your brain tunes it out. It's the same thing with life. The same thing. Our brains get used to stimuli, whatever it is, the world, and we forget about our own lives and start looking elsewhere. Life is perfect. Your life, whoever you are, your life is perfect as is. It may not seem that way because of your judgment of it, but if you were to dream of an experience, any experience that you would ever dream of, you would probably think, okay, let me be a millionaire. Let me be a NASCAR driver. Let me be this. Let me be that. Let me be that. This, that. And you will dream out all the possibilities that you could possibly think of to the point where you come back to the existence that you're existing or experiencing right now. Because every experience that's happening is a unique one, and your perspective is unique as well. And play these thought experiments with yourself. Imagine your consciousness switched out with Bill Gates. Imagine you had Bill Gates's body, or Bill Gates's, finances and all that, and he had your body, right? Imagine how would you feel then? Would you be satisfied then too? Because you're still the same. You haven't experienced anything. Your life is the lesson that you have to experience. But most people just want to jump to the finish line of the feel-good moment and the happy ending without putting in the experience. Think about it. It's not even that good either. It doesn't even feel as good when you get things without working for it. It's like you won't even appreciate it as much as if you did if you worked for it. Challenge yourself in life. You know your own weaknesses. Put some obstacles where you have to work to get that reward. Like me, I'm doing semen retention. I gotta wait a whole month until I could release again like that. You know what I mean? My chick, she blowing up my phone like, yo, all that stuff is not real. That semen retention, that's not real. Just come over here and beat it up. Like, stop doing that. Will remain a soldier till the war is won. Pow, pow, pow. Listen, I don't care what you think as long as you're thinking. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.